Guys, and welcome back. It's Chaffmaster Flash. Hope you guys are all well today. We are back with F1 2019. This is round 3. We are in China for the Shanghai Grand Prix, and I was expecting a few upgrades today, and as you can see, the engine power and the weight has failed. Really unexpected, as I wouldn't have thought my first set of upgrades would have failed with AMG Mercedes, but they have. There's no drama. They will just repurchase them and go again. So this is the third race of my season, and it was just a bizarre race. It is clearly obvious to me that I need to change my driving style. My engine was absolutely wrecked going into Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and we will see what happens later on. But for now, the Shanghai Grand Prix was absolutely awesome. Pretty similar qualifying to the last two races. Couldn't string a lap together for whatever reason, and then I managed to get 6/10 out of a lap to get in front of Lewis Hamilton. Struggled all the time. I really hope you enjoy the third race, guys. I really do. I hope you like what you see and will subscribe and like further content. Please check out, there is a link to my Discord server down below, and there are a few friends of mine. I am going to leave you with the rest of this video. Hope you enjoy it. Peace.
We'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles an hour, with DRS assisting the cars down the back straight before they brake into the sharp hairpin at turn 14. Joining me once again to take you through this race is the effervescent Anthony Davidson, and I'm very much looking forward to it getting underway. You raced here, of course, didn't you, back in your Super Aguri days in that infamous Chinese Grand Prix of 2007?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't last that long though, unfortunately. Qualifying had gone pretty well, but my brakes failed quite early in the race, around lap 10 or 11, something like that. And of course, back in 2004, I was the very first Formula 1 driver to complete a lap of this circuit. Just thought I'd mention that for you, Crofty. You like a good stat. It's a fairly tough circuit on the brakes here, though. You know, it's that long back straight down into turn 14, and then you've got turn 6 and 11. They're quite heavy as well. On top of that, managing your front tyre wear is always a challenge around here, so there's a lot to keep in mind during the Grand Prix.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Joker lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Weber, Devon Butler, and Vettel, Norris, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, and Daniel Ricciardo, Perez, Raikkonen, Roman Grosjean, and Sainz, Kvyat, Albon, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Lance Stroll. Russell and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, remember to protect the inside on the run down to turn 1. Make yourself as wide as possible, robust but fair. monitoring somewhere on the ICE, be aware that we will start to see a loss of power. Verstappen ahead, the gap is less than a second. They're on old softs. Vettel behind, less than a second separate you. They're on old softs. Your pit window opens next lap. 13 laps to go. We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can. Is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Is low on energy. Reduce ERS deployment. Pit in this lap and remember the speed limit. Okay, we can take you this lap. Go now. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Engine is going to be down slightly and showing some minor wear. Lewis is in the pits. burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down. Our gap to the car in front is 1.8 seconds. Position. You're in 14th position. Kubica just ahead. Push for the position. Okay, gap ahead is 1.8 seconds. They're on old softs. That's Lewis behind. The gap to the car behind is 2.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. There are 10 laps to go. You're in P5. Stroll ahead. Gap to car in front is 2.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Russell behind. The gap behind us is 1.8 seconds. They're on old softs. The distance to the leader is 4.7 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Sat in P2, Perez ahead. The gap to the car ahead is 2.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Stroll is behind you. Okay, the gap behind is 1.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 8 laps to go. Let's use some of this energy. Increase the ERS deployment. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. Right, some information on Hamilton. They seem to have an issue. We expect these tyres to be good for a while yet. Just be careful with them in the high-speed corners. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Let's turn up the ERS deployment and burn some of this energy. We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix 2 soon. Gap to teammate behind is 10.4 seconds. There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining. The drivers we're racing are Vettel and Hamilton. wins in a row. Unbelievable work.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Joker increases their championship lead. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Lance Stroll certainly put in an impressive performance today. No doubt his team and fans are extremely proud.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.